As a white guy, I tend to feel guilty about being sad or feeling insecure. If I'm completely honest, sometimes I feel like I don't have the right to feel the way I do about myself, or my life for that matter, because my life is objectively good and because I know that I will never face the struggles that non-white people face. Okay, so one of the first problems that I see with this is that this feels humble, but it's actually a trap because you're treating pain like a competition. You're basically saying if somebody has it worse than I do, I don't have permission to be hurting. Like I said, this sounds noble, but it's still broken. Why? Because now you're not relating to your inner world truthfully. You're grading your pain against other people's pain instead of actually dealing with your own. And this is exactly why the guilt gets so loud. You know that something feels off inside, but you keep telling yourself, my life is too good for me to feel this way. So now you're not just sad, you're ashamed of being sad. You're insecure about being insecure. And so what's happening on the inside is this is a pride problem. And when I say pride, I don't mean cocky or I'm better than everyone pride. I mean self-centeredness. Pride in its simplest form is when the self becomes the center of the whole conversation. Even self-hatred can be pride if the self is still the main obsession. And so the deeper issue is that your outer life may be full while your inner identity is still empty. Think of your identity like cups. The truth cup is your real identity. This cup should honestly be the only cup that's filled. But for a lot of people, that truth cup is empty. What a lot of people end up doing is they end up filling a bunch of other cups like praise, attention, affirmation, success, money, comfort, status, all these things. And those cups may all be full, so outwardly your life looks good. Inwardly, your truth cup is still dry. This is exactly why a prosperous life can still produce an insecure person. External fullness does not automatically create internal wholeness. So if we reframe the problem, the issue is not that you're bad for feeling sad. The issue is that you have been letting the world define what fulfillment is supposed to look like. The world says if you have comfort, opportunity, money, access, and a decent life, then you should be fine. But that's shallow, because a nice life cannot tell you who you are. And comparing your pain to somebody else's pain solves nothing. Somebody else's suffering does not make your emptiness fake. It just means that suffering takes different forms. So to correct this mentality, stop asking, do I have the right to feel this? Start asking, what is the feeling revealing? Your sadness may be revealing an empty truth cup, and your insecurity may be revealing that your identity has been built on surface things. And your guilt may be revealing that you do not know how to hold gratitude and struggle at the same time. And yes, both can exist. You can be privileged and still be wounded. You could have a good life on paper and still have unmet needs in your heart. So the answer is not to shame yourself harder. The answer is to stop worshiping the image of a good life and start filling your truth cup. Don't let culture and comparison and social guilt become the authority over your inner world.